Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish. As always, I'm your host, Nico, and today we are being joined by the prostate prospector, Tanner.
Dude, they just keep getting further and further in there as I age.
And my next guest, I go way back with. He's the man who we called the Chinese finger trap back in high school, Dylan.
Guys, it's as the name suggests, once I gotcha, you're never getting away.
And of course, we've also got Jackson on the ones and twos. Folks, today I've got a fun little episode for us today. So, previously, we've done an episode where we had Tanner fighting against a bunch of women, seeing how he could stand up to them. Well, in today's episode, I have something a little similar planned, but this time around, we're all gonna be participants as we take on food mascots. That's who we're fighting today, fellas.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Badass.
Yes.
So I'm thinking how this should maybe work is like all three of us are ganging up on a single food mascot here who will be ranking. Because sometimes these guys are coming in teams. I guess if you really want to, you can rank it based off how you personally feel like you could stand up against them.
Are we always going to use canonical size?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Just whatever abilities and size they possess would make the most sense here.
Gotcha.
Fantastic.
I am going to operate under the fact that we will be triple teaming these motherfuckers, so,
Fantastic. Sounds good to me. So starting us off here, we've got the Apple Jacks, the Cinnamon, and the Apple.
I looked at this one and that's why I asked the size thing. I'm pretty sure these guys are supposed to just actually be the size of a normal apple and cinnamon stick, so
yeah.
I concur.
I'm gonna say they're on the menu.
Dude, I agree with on the menu.
I think that I'm with you guys there. The Cinnamon, I have no issues with taking down. This fucking Apple, though, he seems a bit manic, and it's a bit chaotic on his end. I don't know exactly how well we'd stack up against him, but he is the size of a fucking apple, so maybe we could just take a bite out of him and he'll be done.
He gets dunked on like every commercial, dude. It's no problem.
That's so true. He's also think of it this way. He's 1/3 the size of a Smurf.
That's true.
But Smurfs fuck people up on the daily, dude. You gotta consider that.
Yeah.
What if I just started always referring to apples as 1/3 the size of a Smurf? Would that be a good bit?
I think it'd be pretty fun. It'd be an interesting way of looking at it, I suppose. At least.
I don't think you bring up apples often enough for it to be something that gets old.
Yeah,
that's true.
I agree.
That's a good point.
Yeah. All right, next up here, we've got Aunt Jemima.
Now,
she's like an elderly woman. I don't think she's doing much against the three
She's
of
not
us.
elderly here.
She's
like a middle-aged woman, I'd say.
I'd say upper middle-aged. How about that?
Okay.
Dude, I know some black women that still whoop ass though, so I ain't even trying
Does
to.
They're on the menu imply we have to eat her?
Oh no.
No, I think it's really just emphasizing how majorly we're gonna be putting the smackdown on them.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's the three of us versus Aunt Jemima, I think it's low diff, at least. She might take one
I think
of us down.
actually, going forward, I'm only going to consider myself, because I feel like considering us as like a 3-man is going to put a lot of these in there on the menu.
Okay.
That's valid. Put it in 50-50 then, because I still think I ain't going to hit a woman, and I like I said, a black woman could whoop somebody's ass, so...
Would you allow your rule of not hitting women get you killed voluntarily?
I mean, who said we're supposed to get... This is a fight to the death? Did I miss that part?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Like, you're gonna let yourself... I was gonna say, you're gonna let yourself get beat to death just so you don't break this arbitrary rule you have?
Arbitrary?
Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking low diff on her.
I'm going there on the menu.
Okay. Sounds like Dylan and I are balancing her out there. All right, up next, we got the Big League Chew guy.
Yeah, he's got a baseball bat. I think I'm fucking done for, to be honest.
He
it's
does
a
have
high
a baseball
dip
bat.
at least.
He looks fucking jacked. He already has like a helmet on, so headshots are going to be less effective. Presumably he has a cup as well, so you can't go for a cheap shot on him either.
He's got them strangling gloves. Look at that shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm willing to go. We're not surviving this. This man is an athlete.
He's also absolutely on the juice as well. Do you see this? This is not natty.
You know what? You've convinced me. I will also say we will not survive.
Fantastic. All right, up next we got Bongo the monkey.
What is this from?
Danimals.
Yeah, Danimals.
Oh, okay.
Is it just the monkey?
Yeah, it's him.
Dude, I've seen Planet of the Apes. I think this is a 50-50.
Chimps are abnormally strong. I don't know if being a cartoon chimpanzee impacts that at all.
I think that just means he has what the fuck do they call it? Toon Force? Is that what the power's called?
I don't think the Danimal ones have displayed Toon Force.
I just assume
But
they
it's
all
been
have
a while
it.
since I've seen the commercials. I think I'm leaning towards high diff.
Yeah.
Because it's also like a roughly human-sized chimpanzee.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
that is
So,
fair.
he does have the bowl too. Who knows what horrible things he could be doing with that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll put it in
definitely
high diff,
here with Tanner.
I forgot about the human-sized portion.
All right, next, Boo Berry.
Can any of us punch a fucking ghost?
Yeah, can
Yeah.
we defeat a ghost?
We don't have Ghostbusters, so like, can we Luigi's Mansion it maybe? Get a vacuum cleaner, you know? Does that work?
I don't think we can go in here with any extra equipment. Like, we have to just like be total fisticuffs against these guys.
He does appear to have the Castlevania castle in the background. So maybe stuff like holy water and crosses works on him, which we might be able to improvise.
Yeah, I mean, crosses maybe. Holy water, none of us are priests here. How are we going to acquire that?
You know, it depends. You know, maybe believers can just create it without having to be priests.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. That's kind of what I was
have
thinking.
you guys seen the Nun 2? They just do the Lord's Prayer and they're able to turn the fucking... No, wait, they turn fucking... Hang on, they turn wine into the blood of Christ. They don't create holy water.
What?
Never mind, that doesn't work then in this case. I'm pretty sure he's able to control Boo Berry cereal as well, so that'll definitely be a bit of a hindrance on us.
I think I'm gonna go 50-50, just because, like, obviously his incorporeal nature prevents me from doing damage to him, but also, like, I don't think he has many offensive abilities himself.
Yeah.
Do you not recall what I just said about the Boo Berry cereal?
Right, but, like, I'm not too threatened by that.
He could bury you under an entire big-ass pile of it. Eventually, all them little suckers are gonna add up, creating enough weight to just crush you.
Or suffocate you, if not, you know, that.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm not surviving. I just don't see an avenue for victory here for me.
Dude, I don't know. I am thinking, dude, let's do high diff for me.
Okay. We can balance it out there then. Alright, up next we have the Little Caesar.
How big is this guy? Do we have any frame of reference?
He's little.
Yeah, I think he's about half the height of a normal human.
However, he does have a spear.
Yeah, he is armed.
And as we all know, spears are the ultimate martial weapon.
Yeah.
True. They've got the reach, they've got the pointy end. What else do you need?
He has pizza already, so if it's a war of attrition, he'll win out, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go high diff. I think the size disadvantage does allow this to go down from We Will Not Survive.
I will agree with high diff. I don't trust not being armed against somebody who has a spear.
Yeah, I don't even know about high diff. I just don't think I'll be able to survive against the spear, but I guess we can
See,
go
one
high
thing
diff.
is, like, you know, maybe he doesn't know how to use it that effectively. He appears to be dressed as a senator, not a soldier, so
Yeah.
maybe it's a bit more of a ceremonial thing for him.
A spear is very straightforward. There's not a lot that really goes into that.
But it's also like a proportionally tiny spear.
True, it is. Well, it's only the height of him, so. I always like to operate under the opinion that if I am bigger than it, I can't, allow it to beat me, because I just feel superior to those that are smaller than me.
Interesting.
You should go into a classroom and just tell that to all those elementary school kids.
I'm not gonna do
I'm
that.
bigger
break their
and
little hearts.
superior to you. You cannot defeat me.
Dude, this is more in the context of something endangering me. Let's get one thing straight here.
Tanner, if a guy was mugging you with a spear, do you think that you'd feel threatened enough to give him your wallet?
It kind of depends on where he catches me. If I can run backwards, I might not be too worried about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Interesting.
Like, I might still try to get away.
Very brave of you. All right. Next. Oh, goddamn. The California Raisins.
I'm going to look up their height real quick.
I was thinking the same
I was
exact
gonna
thing.
say, I imagine
Human size.
they're just normal raisins. If these guys aren't, that might be a completely different story.
Okay, let's see. California Raisins. The canonical height of the California Raisins characters is approximately 2 to 3 inches tall.
Okay, yeah, they're on the menu. That's easy.
Yeah, they're on the menu.
They ain't
Yeah, I
got
think we'll be
nothing.
crushing them. There are 4 of them, though. Do you think we'll have the the strength
Dude.
to take them all down?
I eat like a
Yeah.
box of raisins every sitting.
Oh my god. Captain Crunch! I don't think we can beat him.
Yeah, no, he has the most lethal cereal to date. I don't think
That's
we
true.
survive.
It's razor blades. He can summon a ship out of nowhere and just fucking blast you with it. He's driven that thing like on land and busted through walls with it.
Yeah, he is the Kool-Aid man
If
of
we're
the cereal
assuming
world.
the ship summoning is like just part and parcel of his powers, sure.
Yeah, presumably it is. He's also like fought with a
Okay.
sword and shit.
Here we go.
Fair enough.
And he's a fucking captain, dude. Is he? Wait, he's like, wouldn't he be like an admiral or something?
That does
Who
look like an
knows?
admiral get up.
Yeah, strange. Do you know that his first name is Horatio? Anyway, up next we have Chef Boyardee.
Now, this is a man who's seen war. I trust that he knows how to use knives very effectively and efficiently. I'm gonna say, well, he is old, though. I'll say 50-50.
I was leaning 50-50 as well. Like, he maybe has some old man strength and he is a bigger guy, but
He's
he is a
Italian as
decent
well.
bit older. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, Italians don't fuck around.
This guy has to have been involved in the mob, but you can't convince me.
Yeah,
otherwise.
this is a facade. Chef Boyardee is a front.
I can see putting him in 50-50 though. It's fair. Okay, Chester Cheetah.
I mean, as we learned last episode, cheetahs have never harmed a human being, so
That is
he's
true.
on the menu.
Well, so the problem is Chester Cheetah isn't just a normal cheetah. Like, this guy does have the Force. He's been in Star Wars commercials. We've seen he possesses that ability.
Fuck.
Also, when he eats Flamin' Hot Cheetos, he obtains the ability to use fire.
Breathe fire.
He gains pyrokinesis there.
We're just fucking death battling the hell out of this tier list right now, huh? Isn't he?
Well, of course.
I forget his like size. He's taller than an adult, isn't he? Or is he taller than a fucking teenager? I can't remember.
He's
I feel like
at
his
least,
size is pretty variable.
Yeah, I've definitely seen commercials where he's smaller than a normal human, like he's like a child size, but I've also seen ones where he is like bigger than an adult.
So, do we want to just assume he can alter his size, or do we just want to average out his height?
I'm gonna average it out. Either way, I do not think that we're gonna live this one.
Okay, I am going to point out right here that according to the Death Battle Fanon Wiki, Chester Cheetah's canonical height is 18 inches tall.
Huh.
It's looking like it also says that he possesses superhuman durability and strength and speed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he hasn't really aged much and just, eats that many spicy Cheetos, I imagine he has pretty high durability. I'll say we will not survive. I don't trust a man who can eat a Cheeto and breathe fire.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, looking at his abilities, I'll agree with we will not survive.
I'm seeing magic. That one scares me.
Yeah. It also says Cheetos Puffs can blow people up like a balloon. I don't want that.
Oh no.
It's funny.
Alright, Chip the Wolf from Cookie Crisp fame.
Chip the Wolf.
Okay, so he's a wolf.
But he's horribly addicted to Chips Ahoy. Like, you show him Chips Ahoy and nothing else in the world matters. I say we just use that
Dude,
as
this
a
is Cookie
distraction and then
Crisp,
dome
not
him.
Chips Ahoy.
Whatever. The cookie cereal. Regardless, once he sees those cookies, it's over for him. He can't focus on anything else, and you
Where
just
are
have to
we
take
gonna
advantage of
obtain the cookies? We're in like a boxing ring.
Dude, he has the ability to summon them. Maybe he'll do it on accident and then, doom himself to his own folly.
I just don't think it's a reliable enough path here for us. I'm going in like high diff at the lowest.
I'll say a high diff as well.
I think Chip the Wolf speed blitzes. We will not survive.
Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, here are the little chocovores from, was it Crave cereal?
Crave
Yeah,
cereal,
that sounds
yeah.
correct. I mean, these guys are cereal-sized.
Yeah.
They are. How many do you think we're giving them here, though?
Let's say 1 box.
Okay, a box full of them.
Aren't these things also like, not carnivorous, why am I
cannibals,
blanking
yes.
on? Yeah, they are. So, like, wouldn't they do, like, half the work for us?
Probably.
Yeah, see, I'm not worried about it. This is... I mean, I personally think this is...
They're kind of piranha-like, which might be a problem, but I think I'm willing to still go there on the menu.
Yeah, I'll say on the menu. If they're willing to eat themselves, then that saves me, like I said, half the work.
Yeah, same here. And just that they're just so delicious, I'd be happy to do so. All right, up next we have Count Chocula.
He's got rabbit buck teeth? What?
I guess so.
I know nothing about this or his cereal. Are we assuming he has the normal power of vampires?
He has to have some weird shit going on, right?
Yeah.
Here, I'm pulling him up.
There we go. I imagine... like, he has the ability to turn things chocolatey or something, I'm pretty sure.
We've definitely seen him turn into a vampire, that's... Not a vampire, into a vampire bat, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Which that alone will give him much greater maneuverability than we have.
Mm-hmm. Like, what would his weakness be?
Okay, so he does in fact drink chocolate instead of blood.
Okay,
so we're safe there at least.
He's often portrayed as a friendly yet cowardly character.
Huh.
He can levitate marshmallows. He might have the ability to generate electricity.
What? Oh, maybe we're...
And he's not vulnerable to sunlight.
Oh, we might... Now that begs the question, is he still immortal then? Because if
yes,
so...
he does still have immortality.
Well,
okay,
and I guess
so we're not
will
winning
not survive.
Well, I think it's vampire-style immortality where he doesn't, like, age.
Okay.
But, like, you know, he's got fucking, the fucking Sith Lord lightning powers, and he's a vampire. I think that's...
I don't know if it's like that, but...
I don't know what generate electricity is supposed to mean. How would you endure... Like, why else would generate electricity be pertinent?
I'm gonna go 50-50.
I'm thinking we're not surviving.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, here's good old Chuck E. Cheese himself. Now, this is the older version. This one is human-sized.
Yeah.
He's a radical dude with quite the attitude. We know he's a great skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 50-50 on OG Chuck E. Cheese.
I also say 50-50.
Is he a mouse or is he a rat?
I'm pretty sure he's a mouse.
I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be a mouse, but I feel like they usually draw him to look more like a rat.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I think I'm going high diff just because of whatever mouse powers he'd have at human size, but he can drop him 50-50. All right, here's his newer age version. This one is very small. He's actual mouse size.
Yeah, he's like Stuart Little size. I think that's on the menu, to be honest.
Yeah, on the menu.
Because he doesn't have Toon Force.
All right, how about the Coca-Cola polar bear?
We will not survive.
We will not survive.
It's just a polar bear with a fondness for delicious Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Up next, we have the Colonel.
This guy's definitely seen some
low diff.
Low diff.
Yeah. Like, he might be able to beat us with the cane or something, but he is still an old man.
I'm just afraid he might try to throw us in a fucking fryer, man. My biggest concern.
How would he do that?
I don't know. We'd be fighting him in his factory or something. He'd pull some, like, random lever that drops us into a vat of burning oil. Yeah, no, I agree. Low diff. He's an old man with a cane.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Fair enough. All right, Frankenberry.
What the fuck?
Yeah, look at this fruity-ass image I found of him.
Dude, I was about to say on the menu, but I don't want that to be taken out of context.
This guy's a lover, not a fighter. I'm gonna go low diff.
I'll agree with the low diff for, the sake of ease, I suppose.
He must possess, like, some crazy strength, I'd have to assume.
Yeah.
I would go 50-50, but yeah, we can put him in low diff.
Okay.
Here's the Fruit Brute.
What the fuck? I've never seen this. It's a general.
So now here's
the
him holding the thing does show he is roughly human size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he probably has been to prison. I'm gonna go high diff on the fruit brute.
I'll agree with high. He looks like a fucking werewolf. Is the problem?
Yeah, I think that's the intention.
Yeah, high diff.
I would go We Will Not Survive. Like, if he's a big old werewolf, I don't think that there's any chance of surviving that. The Gerber baby, on the other hand.
This doesn't feel
appropriate. What the fuck? I can move this? Oh my god.
Well, it is a window.
I had no idea. I've never attempted it before.
Dude, this is so fucked up. Because obviously this is on the menu, but like, what the fuck, man? I don't like the way the baby's staring at me.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be surviving. Alright, how about the good old Jolly Green Giant?
I think
we will not survive.
I think only his like foot has appeared in the commercials.
Yeah, he's simply too large.
Yeah, he's massive.
Next we got Grimace.
We will not survive.
I was gonna say high diff, so I'm gonna leave it there and see what you say.
Yeah, we will not survive. I don't know exactly what Grimace has done and how much of his legacy has been overblown, but I can't imagine that we'll stand a chance.
If he's a man that can consume McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner and be alive after this long, he's gotta have some sort of supernatural ability.
Yeah, just like Donald Trump.
Yeah. Here's the Haribo Bear.
The Haribo Bear.
I think
do you think this guy is gummy bear size? Is he a gummy bear? Is that what he's supposed to be?
I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure he's child size. I'm pretty sure. He doesn't really appear in the commercials super often. At least not anymore.
I mean, I've never seen a Haribo commercial in my fucking life.
You haven't?
Yeah,
I see him like...
either.
Really? That's crazy. They usually, they do it, the more recent one I've seen is they make it like football players and they give them child's voices. Anyway.
So they do have a costume that they use for like events and stuff, which is tailored to fit individuals approximately 5'5" to 5'7".
And it looks like his catchphrase is, "I'm a gummy bear."
Well, you stole that from the German thing. Okay, so he is like a small human-sized gummy bear.
It'll be a war of attrition, but I think after enough bites I could whittle him down. I'll say 50-50.
I think he doesn't have a way of damaging me, so I'm gonna go he's on the menu.
I mean, dude, we don't know what it's like to get punched by a fucking gummy bear. That shit could be bad, you know, it just has some extra spring
but like, he
to
doesn't
it.
have muscle or bones.
Well, yeah, but if he's able to stand and move around, I think that hardly matters at that point.
Yeah, there are nefarious things afoot if that's the case. There's some sort of dark magic keeping him alive, so I'll say low diff.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, fantastic. Here's the Hawaiian Punch guy.
I forgot this brand existed. Good brand, though. It tastes like chemicals and sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Now, despite his size, I think he's a high diff. I have a problem. I have a feeling he's a real, like, ankle biter.
Yeah, he is rather short.
He probably has some sort of, like, nefarious little tricks in his shit that he'll be pulling on, yeah.
He makes me think of, like, a JoJo stand.
Yeah.
He just drinks the fucking Hawaiian Punch and he gains new powers. I'm willing to take that risk. I'll say 50-50.
I'm probably going 50-50 as well.
Hell yeah.
Alright, here's the Hamburger Helper Glove.
He's on the menu. He's too small.
Yeah, he is. He can't do much.
What about the evil version of the Hamburger Helper Glove?
There's an evil version?
What?
Yeah, you know, the dark fucked up one. Jackson, please find for us the image of the dark and fucked up version of the Hamburger Helper Glove. Thank you. Alright, up next we have Jack.
We will not survive. I am convinced.
I don't... You know, he is just kind of an office worker with a weird head. I don't think he's been shown to have any particularly crazy abilities.
But, like, his aura suggests that there's something going on here.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
I'm gonna go 50-50.
I think I'm with Dylan and We Will Not Survive. That he's hiding something for sure. He's suppressing his true power.
Like, he's prepared. He's like the Batman of the fast food industry. He's prepared for everything. He's always everywhere. He can appear in an instant.
Yeah, there's something bad happening there. Speaking of something bad happening, here's Jared Fogle.
Who the fuck is this?
I'm gonna go... Don't tell him who it is, please. I'm gonna go low diff?
I could probably beat Jared. He's very fit is the problem.
I'm going to assume that this is the fucking Subway representative that turned out to be a pedophile, and in that case, I'm gonna say low diff.
Dude, you figured it out.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name. he looks vaguely familiar.
It's Subway
I don't know why
Jared.
else there'd just be a real person on this fucking tier list.
We have Aunt Jemima on the tier list.
I mean...
True.
Sure.
Here's the Jollibee. Okay, so he is human-sized. I can confirm that. I've been to a Jollibee location. They have a big statue of him outside.
Oh, no.
He's rather imposing.
And bees are
I'm
rather
in between
venomous,
high
too.
diff and we won't survive then.
I'll say high diff, because if I can get him to accidentally sting someone else or something else, I think he'll die.
Yeah.
But if he gets me, I'm
That's fair.
fucked.
Yeah. That wouldn't be good at all. Alright, here's the Kid Cuisine.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna say it. I've seen this kitchen set in many a porn video. What's going on here?
What an odd thing to bring up, Tanner.
And I've seen many a porn star pose like this in said kitchen set. What is
Dude,
this
I think
actual
you know what's going on here.
promotional material for them?
Probably.
I'm assuming so.
It'd be very funny if this was just stock photo that anybody could use and it's just unfortunately related.
I'm gonna go low diff. I don't think he's much of a threat.
I'll say low diff. I don't like the way he's looking at me. There's an abyss in those eyes and I don't like it.
So Kid Cuisine was definitely like the extreme brand. And so presumably he has like insane athletic abilities. Despite his size, I think it has to at least be 50-50 for me.
I kind of was getting the 50-50 vibe, but he is just a penguin, so...
Just a penguin? Look at the size of that beak. Who knows what kind of damage it could do to you with that thing.
I guess so.
Alright. The King.
The king himself.
This might be a bit sacrilegious. I'm willing to go high diff. He's very powerful, but I think there is a chance.
Yeah, like, he doesn't have the menacing vibe that Jack has, so I'm also willing to agree with high diff.
I disagree. If anything, he feels even more menacing. Not to mention, he is a master of stealth. He could easily get a quick backstab in at you.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this power.
Yeah, you stated we're like in a boxing ring or something, so presumably we're gonna be okay.
It'd have to be a
That's
real
what you think
good
at
trick of
first.
trick of the light.
It's a really big ring with obstacles in it. In fact, it's not really a ring so much as an environment lined with rubber rope.
Yeah. I put him in We Will Not Survive, but fair enough, guys. Okay, the Kool-Aid guy.
We won't survive. This man, I mean, he's brick wall level, for one.
for sure.
Oh, I guess that's true. I was just thinking you just smash the glass, but
No, he'll smash through you before you're able to have a chance. Alright, here's Crinkle the Clown.
what
What is this for?
It's some other cereal. I don't remember which one. It's like Crinkle Oats or some shit.
Does he have supernatural abilities, or is he just kind of creepy looking?
I think he might just be a clown.
Okay, I'm gonna go low diff.
Low diff for the clown?
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, I'm thinking 50-50 as well. He seems a bit older, but at the same time, he has the fucking psychological advantage on us.
Sure, but like the shoes are gonna be a massive disadvantage in a fight.
I guess so. But like, then you'll like go to stomp on his foot and his shoes are bigger than his actual feet, so you won't be hitting his foot. Alright, here's the Laughing Cow.
High diff. No, wait.
Yeah.
If I'm not, isn't like the new Laughing Cow bipedal now and it has human intelligence?
This sounds familiar.
I feel like I've seen that.
I
I'm
have no
pretty
idea
sure.
what you're talking about.
If we're taking this version of the Laughing Cow high diff, if we're talking like the new one that I think exists, it's We Will Not Survive. Because at the end of the day, it is a cow. Like, it can hurt me, but like also I'm not gonna have any easier time taking down a cow.
I am seeing commercials where the Laughing Cow is chilling on the couch with people, and it is human size.
Yeah. I will say high diff. If it's the new one, I will say We Will Not Survive.
Yeah, I'm definitely going, We Will Not Survive on this one.
I'll go high diff.
Sounds good to me. Little Debbie.
This is literally a child.
She's on the menu.
On the menu.
Yeah. She's kind of just a wee girl.
Yeah. Alright, here's Lucky.
He's not so lucky. He's constantly getting his cereal stolen by kids younger than us. I think this is another on the menu.
I disagree. He does, like, constantly show that his ability to use magic, so I don't think that we can beat him.
To what avail, though? It never works.
Mm-hmm.
He always gets fucked on.
He's gotten the cereal on many occasions where, like, the kids are the ones needing to chase after him. Like, when the balloons were introduced, he uses a balloon to fly away, and he's got the cereal.
Oh.
Yeah, but what combat prowess does he have?
He possesses hourglasses that let him control time. Oh, God!
What?
I knocked down my
What the fuck
mic.
just happened?
That'll
Jesus
be fun.
Christ.
But yeah, he can control time.
I just watched a death battle recently where controlling time was the big deciding factor, so maybe you're onto something there.
I wonder which one it was.
I wonder which one.
I'm gonna go 50. No, I'm gonna go low diff. I see, in my conception of Lucky, he has like reverse plot armor where he's doomed to lose.
I have that thought.
Unfortunately, as I stated, he's won on many occasions. I think
feel
that
like
your
that's recently,
interpretation is
though.
one of the past.
He's won battles, but he doesn't win the war.
50-50.
Yeah, I'm absolutely going We Will Not Survive, so we can balance him at high diff then. Alright, Mac tonight.
We will not survive. Moon Man is not to be fucked with.
Look at this fucking arm, man. Jesus.
This guy is a fucking terrorist. He will obliterate us, dude.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like that guy, I mean, he's got guns, he's got bombs, he's got Molotovs. He probably has a big scimitar.
Yeah,
Like,
more than
there's just
likely.
nothing you can do against that guy. Although we're white, so maybe he'll leave us alone.
Oh, there we go. I mean, he'll leave you alone, but Mr.
There
Peanut.
you go.
I mean, he's just a big peanut. How hard could it be, you know?
Isn't he only like 2 or 3 feet tall?
Yeah, I don't think
usually?
he's human size.
I beg to differ. I'm pretty sure in recent memory he is, in fact, human size.
Hang on, let me look up a Mr. Peanut commercial.
They're really just, like, reversing these, like, mascots. Like, they start out tiny and then become human size, or they start out human size and become tiny. It's really a marvel.
Let's see, I am seeing some where he's human size for sure. I'm also seeing ones where he's a little peanut. You know, it's a tough call.
I think either way it's low diff. Like, that's as high as I think he'll go regardless. The peanut shells, he has shown no, signs of enhanced durability like the Kool-Aid Man, so...
Yeah, I agree with low diff.
Yeah, sure, we can put him there. Alright, how about the Nesquik Rabbit?
Dude, if he gets a drink of that shit, he is nigh unstoppable. I think it's 50-50.
I agree.
But then again, if we get the Nesquik milk, we would be nigh unstoppable, so...
Yeah, he's very fast, but he's not particularly powerful.
Yeah.
Aw, interesting. Alright, up next, the Noid.
We will not survive.
This Domino's has a mascot? That's not a Domino?
They used to.
Oh my gosh, I've seen this guy before. I didn't know he was Domino's.
Yeah.
We won't survive? Does he have, he looks like he has supervillain energy.
Yeah, he does everything he can to stop your pizza from getting delivered.
Here, I'm on the villains wiki page for him. Let's look at his powers.
Everything. Oh, wait, I do remember seeing, a commercial or two now.
It only says he has cunning unpredictability. I don't know what that means.
It sounds like he's Loki, I guess.
He is shorter than the average man.
I remember him being insanely short. You guys said we will not... Do you guys think that just that power alone is enough for him to fuck us up? I don't know if I believe that.
He has a video game, which means he probably has some bullshit scaling.
That's
is
true.
The problem.
Yeah, he's got Yo-Noid.
Alright, I don't know enough. I'll leave him there.
Fantastic. Alright, do you think we can beat a panda?
I mean, they kind of kill themselves is the problem. So,
The
yes.
thing is, I'm pretty sure pandas, even though they're normally very docile and whatever, if you actually do fuck with them, they are still a bear.
Yeah.
True. How big are pandas normally? They're not huge, but they're not tiny.
They're much larger than we are.
Yeah.
Are they? Every
Yeah.
time I see videos of pandas, they're tiny.
Well, you're looking at baby panda videos.
I think it's just your perception there.
I'm willing to believe it's my perception.
I think they're roughly the same size or maybe a tad smaller than a black bear.
Yeah, those are probably 5 feet? 5 feet tall?
Probably 5 feet. Yeah.
I'm
I'm willing to go high diff just because, pandas typically don't have very much combat experience.
Yeah, they're very
but
klutzy.
like it is still a bear.
Yeah, I agree with high diff. They're klutzy. I want to take that. I could probably push them over and they tumble down a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah, we can go high diff. Why not? All right, Pepsi Man.
We will not survive.
We will not survive.
I've seen a. Well, actually, it's an unrelated video. Never mind. Jackson knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. All right, how about the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Menu.
I've watched Lois fucking Griffin roll this guy out into fucking dough before. I think he's a pushover.
Fantastic. All right, how about Play? Apparently, is the Airheads mascot name.
What a terrible name.
I agree.
I'm gonna go. We will not survive just because he has the ability to just turn your head into an airhead.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you had to eat the candy.
I don't really
for
have
that to
any
happen.
counterplay to that. No, I think he can just do it.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it was kind of along the same lines. I just thought you had to eat the candy. Yeah, I mean, she fucking... Yeah, we will not survive, I guess.
Fantastic. All right, here's Mr. Pringles.
He's not just a head?
I guess not.
Interesting. How big is he?
He seems human size.
He's called Mr. Pringles?
Yeah.
What? High diff? He doesn't have any notable power. 50-50?
He has a massive head, which seems like a pretty big weak point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say low diff, actually. He seems uncoordinated and fragile.
Yeah. I'm thinking so as well.
Yeah, I'm not finding any info on him, so yeah, I'll play it safe and say low diff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, how about the Quaker?
The Quaker. Dude. I don't know. They were like
Quakers
frail.
are pacifists, so I'm gonna go he's on the menu.
I'll agree with that. I was gonna say
Okay.
they were much smaller, maybe not smaller, but weaker than we are nowadays. So he is not built like us.
That's very true. Especially with that Quaker diet, he will not have enough fucking macros to be hitting
Not
all
at all.
levels. All right, how about the Raisin Brain Sun?
Is he a son?
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
is the question.
We will
Oh,
not
so
survive.
We will not. Well, hold on, but he's holding raisins close to him without obliterating them.
In the commercials, we do see him floating near humans, but can he just alter the temperature output? That's the question. Can he just turn up the heat if he wants to? Because if he can't, we're fucked. Also, you know, if we punch a sun, I don't imagine that'll end well for us regardless.
No.
I'll play it safe and say high diff.
Okay, I do have some information for us. It doesn't seem like he's literally a son,
Oh.
but he has the power to turn grapes into raisins. I don't know if he puts out heat aside from that. However, he can manipulate those two raisin scoops in the same way Alakazam can with his spoons, where you can like float them around and shit.
Oh, that's a problem. So, like, wait, if he can turn grapes into raisins, does that mean he just has the power to dehydrate anything, or just grapes specifically? Because, like, if he has the power
I
to
would have to
dehydrate...
assume it's not grape specific. That would feel weird if that's the limitation of his power. So I think he's benevolent and only chooses to use them on raisins. But, like, if he's pushed to the edge here, he'll probably use it on us.
God, what a
I'm
fucking
gonna
way to
assume
go.
it is raisin specific and do high diff just because he can fly.
Yeah, I'll say high diff. I think it's a scary thought to think you could just be dehydrated at any given moment.
Interesting. I would say we will not survive, but I'll respect your guys' votes there. All right, here's the Red Baron.
I'm gonna go. We will not survive. He's a
He's got a
soldier.
plane.
I don't.
Yeah, presumably he'll be in a plane.
I'll agree with we will not survive.
It's pretty similar to the friggin' whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch.
No, Big League Chew.
Oh, gotcha. That's fair enough.
I see.
All right, how about the Red M&M?
I mean, these guys are like 2 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
I think they're closer to 3, but, you know, short regardless.
They're on the menu.
I agree. They don't do much of anything.
Yeah, this guy is not a threat.
Have you guys not seen the M&M's movie commercial that plays before like every movie at AMC theaters?
No.
I have seen it.
Oh, wait, which one? Is it the one where they're, like, trying to disarm a nuke or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely
They're
he
klutzy,
shows
man.
off something in that. All right, here's Ron.
I fear the powers that this clown possesses.
Now, okay, so he is an adult man who is not like horribly out of shape.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to go 50-50.
I'll say,
Okay, so Ronald does have a cartoon, and presumably some crazy shit happens in that, as well as he does have a video game too. So I don't think that we'll be beating him.
I mean, valid, I suppose. I'm trying to find. I mean, that's close enough, I guess. There's a very specific GIF that comes, or I guess it's not even a GIF, it's a clip that comes to mind that makes me fear this man.
You know what? Okay, I pulled up his Death Battle Wikipedia page. I'll go We Will Not Survive.
There you go.
It says here, superhuman physical characteristics, fourth wall awareness, magic, toon force, reality warping, self-sustenance, martial arts, acrobatics, non-physical interaction, vehicular mastery.
Non-physical interaction? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Disguise mastery, sand manipulation.
He's Sandman. Oh no.
That's crazy. He's got cartoon bullshit.
After image creation. Oh my god.
This man can beat Superman in a fight. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, he'd fuck us up.
Power bestowal. Oh my god.
Okay, here's the Salt Girl.
Low diff?
I think she's on the menu. She appears to be a wee lass.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'll agree with the menu. I just wasn't sure if I was missing something.
Okay, Snap, Crackle, and Pop all coming at you at once.
Okay, can we assume this is like a 4v3 then? I mean, I guess it's not even necessary. They're small as fuck.
Yeah, I think they're like, I think they're roughly 1/2 Smurf size.
Yeah, somewhere around there. They might be the same size. Do I think it's low diff? It's for sure on the menu. I would say at least. I'm just trying to imagine a world in which these guys would be a threat.
Yeah, I don't think they'd really be able to do anything to us, to be honest. I think the most we see them do is play instruments, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'll say they're on the menu.
Yeah, I'll go there on the menu.
Fantastic. Sounds good to me. Alright, how about the, good old Sonny, the Cocoa Puff bird?
We will not survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'll basically happen here is there'll be some like shady dealings. And they'll be like, "Hey, Sonny, if you win this fight, we'll get you a lifetime supply of Cocoa Puffs," and he'll go fucking manic and murder us in an instant.
He does have some pretty cracked abilities, but I'm gonna go high diff and just hope that no one mentions Cocoa Puffs in his presence while I'm fighting.
That is very unlikely. I like your optimism.
Yeah, I think we can go high diff on him. Why not? Alright, how about the Starbucks Mermaid?
I forgot she was a mermaid.
I have no idea how to evaluate this one in any form.
I don't
high
think
diff,
she ever
I
does
guess.
anything.
Have we ever seen her in any form other than this logo?
No.
There's an older logo where she looks even more mermaid-esque, but that's about it.
So no physical representation, just the logo.
Alright, do you think you could defeat a mermaid?
I think she drowned me, but like I have a chance, so I'll say high diff at least, I guess.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think that if we're solely on land, then there's no way she's fucking winning that.
No.
If we're in like a boxing ring that's like half filled up, like 3 feet of water, I think she has a much better chance. I could say high diff
Okay,
on
hold
that
on.
one.
I got some research here. I'm on the Starbucks official website. Apparently, she is called the Siren, so she might have siren powers.
Okay.
I don't think we'll survive then if she's a siren.
She is based on Greek sirens, so she probably has their powers.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with
the siren song of a cup of coffee. Interesting. Oh, that's oldie information.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll stick with We Will Not Survive.
I could go high diff then.
You think you could resist a siren song?
Yeah, I think I might be built different.
It's all a question of because siren songs, usually it's not them doing the killing directly, it's you drowning. So if we're not in water,
I guess.
So I'm gonna go 50-50.
All right, sounds like
Fine.
they'll bounce to high diff in that case. Okay, Here is the sugar bear.
How big is this guy? Dude, Sugar Bear cereal, come on.
Yeah.
Dude, I my breadth of cereal consumption was like literally Reese's Puffs and hardly anything else.
It is actually Golden Crisp, by the way, Tanner, but
I'm gonna go low diff. He looks pretty lackadaisical to me.
Yeah, low diff seems right.
Alright, so in his commercials, he does appear to be human-sized.
I'm gonna go high diff.
Fantastic.
50-50.
Yeah, I'm thinking that feels about right. He is a bear, so he could probably fuck us up. Alright, here's the Sun Maid.
Low diff.
Menu.
it's kind of hard to tell if she's like a child or just like a younger woman.
I assume she's meant to be like a roughly, like 16 to 25-year-old woman.
Yeah, I'll go low diff in that case.
Okay.
She's got all those grapes. Who knows what she could do with them? All right, how about the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
Menu.
There we go.
He's just a Chihuahua.
He is just a Chihuahua.
He can talk.
Yeah, he can talk. All right, Tony the Tiger.
That doesn't really help him. I don't think I survive.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
an
very
extremely athletic tiger.
I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure
tiger.
I've seen him burst through walls before as well.
There we go. Okay, Toucan Sam.
50-50. I think he's like below, like half.
Is he
human
just
size.
toucan size?
No, he's bigger.
I think he is like roughly human. He goes on a lot of like adventures where he like goes into the sea and fights like octopuses and pirates and shit like that. I feel like he's gonna give us much more trouble than we'd imagine upon initial inspection.
I forgot about that. I will say high diff. He is still just a bird.
He can fly.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a canonical size, although he is usually larger than a normal toucan.
Yeah, I'd say larger than a toucan, but shorter than an adult human, so...
Yeah.
I'd go high diff.
I'm gonna go low diff. I'm not too worried about birds, to be honest.
You don't remember the plot of Birds very well.
Yeah. You obviously have not played Fear and Hunger. Dylan, where are you putting him?
I'll say high diff.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, how about the Trix Rabbit?
I'm gonna be honest, he's kind of pathetic.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever really been forced into a position of violence.
No, he usually is just getting shit on his entire life. I'll go low diff.
Yeah,
I'll go with low diff.
Okay, how about the Twinkie the Kid?
Well, he's smaller than a Twinkie.
Yeah, he's riding a Twinkie, which means he's smaller than a Twinkie.
He is a Twinkie.
Yeah, he's presumably made out of Twinkie, so I'm gonna say he's on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost literally.
Okay, how about Uncle Ben?
Oh no, not Uncle Ben. Low diff?
Where do I have Colonel Sanders?
We have Colonel Sanders and low diff too.
I might go 50-50 alongside Chef Boyardee. He doesn't seem like he's that old.
I think Uncle Ben looks as old, if not older, than fucking Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, he seems like he's roughly in the same age bracket as Colonel Sanders.
Okay,
this man looks like
low
he's
diff.
high 70s, low 80s.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of up there. Yeah, I'll go low diff.
Sick.
Here's the Vlasic bird.
Why, and it's just a PNG of a pickle? What?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's typically how these commercials
He's like a human-sized bird, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, if that pickle is normal pickle size.
Yeah.
Huh.
Assuming that's
50-50?
like, a normal-sized pickle and not one of the small ones.
Yeah. He is very laid-back personality, so I'm willing to say 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. All right, how about Wendy?
On the menu.
I don't know, man. We never see her. She's never around. She has that, like, unseen supervillain energy,
We've seen versions of her before, but, like, this logo specifically is just... I think she's like an 11-year-old girl or some shit.
That's what she'd want you to think, but really in the background, she's some fucking Cthulhu, old god's being that's controlling us through the means of fast food.
Remember when people were gooning to Wendy a ton?
I was a big fan of that. If we're doing that...
Why did that happen?
I don't know. It kind of
because they hadn't done it before. It was an untapped market.
Yeah, my thing is, like, was there like an instigating event, or did everyone just start making porn of her for no reason?
For no reason. I think people just see a woman and they're like, I mean, we got it, right? We just have to.
No, that's the thing. You don't have to.
It was like a big craze, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did they have a mascot redesign or something? What was the deal there?
No, I think it was just, it was probably the Wendy's Twitter account, like, really popping off and people just, like, loving all the comebacks she was giving out. And they were like, I mean, we have to personify that now into a lustful woman.
Of course. Okay, that sounds about right.
Purely a matter of we've never done this before and it's an untapped market. I really don't think there's much more to it than that, you know?
Jackson, can you please look up some like solid Wendy's porn for us and have that available for us to check out later?
Don't do that.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We came to the conclusion. Never mind.
Post some Shadman Wendy stuff, please.
Don't do that. What's that one guy? It's just like his username is just like a bunch of fucking
Goddamn,
like
he did
letters
it.
and numbers, I think. But whoever I'm talking about right now, find that guy and post his images. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, assuming she's just a child and not some like fucking hot bombshell of a woman, then yeah, we'll go and she's on the menu.
Sure,
Fantastic.
I'll agree with that. I'll pretend she's not an eldritch being.
Okay, and to cap us off here, we've got the Yummy Mummy.
This is surprisingly the only one of these. Wait, no, there have been a couple I've never seen, but this one I have never seen before.
Yeah, this is new too. Newer.
Well,
anyway,
so Yummy Mummy here, Fruit Brute. There was another one. Unfortunately, the fucking file just didn't load when I was making this. It's like Caramella, some shit. I don't know. She's like the actual new one, I think. The rest of these guys, they're like fucking old as hell. They just like stopped making them. They're like, we only need. Chocula, the fucking Frankenberry and Booberry. The rest of these guys got left behind. It fucking pisses me off that these guys actually did make a comeback, though, because, like, Fruity, Yummy Mummy, Fruit Brute, why are they all fruit-based? Why is Count Chocula the only one who isn't? Make the guy cinnamon or something, I don't know. It makes sense for a mummy, right?
I would agree with that. What's really funny is they say fruity, but like I'm reading what flavor it's supposed to be. It just says orange cream flavored, which granted, I think that sounds fucking sick, but that's not fruity.
Yeah. Either way, my disdain of the fruit-based General Mills cereals aside, he's like a fucking mummy, so probably high diff, I'd assume.
I'd say high diff. I've seen him drain people's organs or something and turn them into dehydrated corpses. I've seen that movie.
Oh my god, why did they do that in these commercials?
No, not in these commercials. I'm just imagining mummy powers. But, I wouldn't put it past him.
Tanner, where'd you put him?
Oh, I agreed with high diff.
Okay, fantastic.
Hell
well, there
yeah.
we go, guys. That is the food mascot tier list. I hope you enjoyed it. Decided to do, something a little different. Since, for the most part, we're ranking fucking waifus and Pokemon in these. Guys, who do you think would be the biggest obstacle up here in the We Will Not Survive? Like, who is the most powerful character we've got up in this area?
Dude, it's either Pepsi Man or whatever the fuck the guy with the banana head is. Or Moonhead, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna
one of
go
those two.
Moon Man. Just because, like, Moon Man is the only one here who's, like, an actively malicious figure.
Yeah. I mean, look at the way that fucking Pepsi Man stands up, man. Like, he is ready to get down to fucking business. He's about to sock it to you.
He does want a fight, that's for sure. I feel like you guys are kind of sleeping on the Green Giant, though. He's fucking huge.
No, yeah, he's definitely
True.
a big, no pun intended, he is a big one. I just, I wanted to go with the least obvious answer, maybe.
That's fair enough, I suppose. Alrighty. And with that, I can't wait for us to get on over to some of the least obvious films you've ever picked over on Guapish at the Movies.
Guapish at the movies!
I was about to say Jackson what we watched this week, but Jackson is gone currently. At least, like, he can't fucking speak. He can't speak for himself here. So I guess I'll get us along here with the first movie we watched this week, which was the Patreon pick, something to do with World War II. I don't remember. Dylan, tell us about it.
Son of Saul.
Yeah,
Son of Saul. Yes, so Son of Saul is another World War II movie where we start out in a Jewish concentration camp, and it's about this man who's trying to find a rabbi because his son died, so he wants to get him buried and sent off properly, and hilarity ensues as he gets many people killed throughout the process of him trying to get a rabbi at the end.
Fun fact, the sound design of this film alone took 5 months to complete.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
What the fuck? Why?
Well,
Jesus.
something you'll notice a lot in this film is that, like, the cinematography is very narrowly focused, but the soundscape is very wide. Like, they capture a ton of background and surrounding noise in it.
I'd agree with that.
I'd hope so. It's a fact. It's a statement of fact, not an opinion.
I'm just saying that because I don't normally pay attention to background and music.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was a personal I agree with that. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Tanner, where'd you put this one?
Continuing my streak of really enjoying Holocaust movies for genuine reasons, I'm putting this one at an A+.
Oh.
Nice.
Dylan, how about you?
Personally, I gave it a flat B.
Okay, Jackson, where'd you put this one? We'll find out once he fucking sends a message, I guess. I am shockingly with Dylan here at a B.
Wow. Yet again, Guapish's Jew haters make themselves known.
Dude, I'm not anti-Semitic. That's not possible. I love everybody.
Jackson gave an A. So...
Nice.
Is this the same Holocaust wolves we've had before?
Two wolves. I don't know. I could do the research really quick while you talk about.
Like, wasn't this the same
movie.
split on The Pianist?
Let me. I don't. What would this tag be, like history or something?
No. Just look up The Pianist and then Life is Beautiful.
Yeah, I guess check those ones out. So, I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off here real quick. So, obviously, this is a very well-acted movie. Decently emotional as well. The thing I hated the most about this, though, and what just really tainted the entire experience for me, was the main character's whole, like, goal here just fucking pisses me off. I hated it so much. I did not like this being the driving force that's causing him to just, like, fuck up and fuck over all these other people who are in the prison camp with him. It annoyed me a lot.
That's funny, because by contrast, one of the things I like is how interesting the framing of this movie is, where, like, Saul, in a certain way, is kind of the antagonist of, like, the like, zoomed out story happening here, because he is just kind of actively getting in the way of this, like, escape attempt by these people. And even there's kind of multiple layers of this, because, like, Saul is fucking up the Sonar Commandos, like, attempt to escape, and then the Sonar Commandos themselves are obviously people who are, like, kind of selling out their own people for their own benefit, which is then kind of also subverted by, like, but that has allowed them to be in the position where they materially can try and attempt this thing. It's all very interesting and thought-provoking in that way.
Yeah, I'm certainly between you guys, at least. It's hearing your guys' thoughts out loud. I did think it was a little bothersome. I'm trying to figure out how to best say this. It was an interesting concept where, like, there's this guy, he's trying to get a rabbi, but, like, throughout the process of doing this, he's getting all of these people killed, and he's, like, interfering constantly with things that are going on, but, like, somehow, through all of this, like, by the way, this is, like, one of the luckiest dudes on the face of the fucking planet, because he gets grabbed and, like, caught, and he just keeps moving on from place to place without really suffering any repercussions, and I'm imagining it's because he has, like, some higher authority. I don't remember how the designations work. But I do agree with Nico. It is annoying that it's one big overarching precedent. I did think the acting was very immersive. It felt genuine to the scenario. To me, it was a little slow pace, and eventually, after I realized the same bit was going to happen, it just started to feel really samey, and it just didn't really result in a very catching or, like, motivating story. Like, yes, I had sentiment for him trying to get a rabbi for his son, but after that becomes the narrative for, like, more than 2/3 of the movie without any, like, dynamic shift of any kind besides maybe the prison break, it made me lose interest in the movie. Not to, disregard what happened, but...
And let me just say, I get what they're going for here. It's this idea of, like, he's trying to do this nice act as, like, sort of like a final good act of humanity, but despite, like, the terrible conditions he's in, and, like, the sort of, like, him helping with the extermination of his people and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I guess, like, if this were, like, some instance of, like, if he was, like, fucking Catholic or something like that instead, and it was like, we need to bless this body to ensure that, like, the child goes to heaven or something along those lines, it would feel like I'd understand his struggle a lot more.
This is a wild take. I don't understand what you're trying to say here.
There's just no reason for him to be doing this. That's my main problem.
But, like, what is the difference between you thinking this would be justified for a Catholic to do versus a Jew?
No, I'm trying to give, like, an example of, like even in that instance, like, that's not what Catholics fucking believe. But, like, if it was something along those lines where, like, him performing this rite would, like, lead to the child, like, going to heaven or whatever instead of, like, you know, being stuck in hell or something along those lines. If there were, like, a greater fucking reason for him to be going through all this effort, I would understand, is what I'm trying to say. But, like, there really isn't any other than, like, yeah, he should have this.
See, that's kind of interesting, because the way I interpreted it the whole time is that he's fucking mentally broken. Like, he's completely gone, and that this is actually, like a madman obsession of his, and that's why he's doing it, not that there actually is any deeper reason or anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish there was a deeper reason behind it.
Ah, okay.
Because otherwise, it just feels like he's screwing over everybody in this scenario, and that's what I hate. Like, if this was a movie about, like, you know, those commandos trying to escape from the fucking concentration camp, then, like, this character would be the most hated person in the film.
I do want to counter that real quick and point out that, like, even with that being the case, where, like, he's doing something pointless and they're doing something meaningful and whatever, in the end, they all die, and even die in literally the same place. So it's almost a comment that, like, both of them were doing something meaningless, and it's just kind of like, you know, oh man, what's it trying to say there? That's something I have to think on more, actually. What do they mean by, like, he's doing this thing that on the surface is pointless versus them doing something that on the surface is meaningful, but then, like, it doesn't matter for either of them at the end? I'm not quite sure what they're going for there.
This may have nothing to do with what you're talking about, because that's usually how this goes. My whole thing is, like, clearly they're straining the importance of, like, because I think everybody here, given that they're all Jewish, they all know the importance of what he's trying to do. They just don't view it as that because they're valuing their own survival over it. And so I think it's supposed to make us have, like, this split feeling of, like, yes, what he's trying to do is morally aligning with his religious beliefs, so it's not wrong, but, like, is it wrong in the sense that it's screwing over all of these people? Which, yes, like you said, at the end, it doesn't matter because they all end up dying. And I don't know if this is irony, but they all end up dying to, like, a kid that I'm guessing is, like, some sort of tip-off that the German army or something used to, like, catch people or something. I'm not sure how that works.
I think it was just some kid who lives in the area.
Yeah. I will say, though, one thing that kind of pissed me off, because I wasn't, like, aware of it immediately in the moment, and it probably doesn't mean anything, but one thing that kind of pissed me off is, like, they were about to bury the kid. He realized the guy he kept alive wasn't a rabbi. He was carrying his kid through the river. I was like, okay, they're gonna get to safety, and then they'll bury his kid and then move on. And then he just, like, loses the kid's body in the river, and then just kind of go, and I don't know why that part pissed me off. I was like, so all this build up to, like, have the kid's body for the entire movie to try to get it buried, and then they just let it unceremoniously get lost in the river. I don't know, that didn't sit right with me.
That does kind of play into what I'm saying, where it seems like the message at the end is kind of like the futility of doing anything under these circumstances, but I don't know if or why that would be the message they want to send, but it does kind of seem like that's the case.
I do, in response to what you were saying before, Tanner, I do agree with what Jackson said about he's assuming it's all just supposed to be, like, driving the hopelessness of the overarching scenario and the horror of the situation they found themselves in. I'm assuming that's just what it's all about. It's like, ain't the Holocaust fucked up? This is a terrible situation.
Isn't the Holocaust fucked up?
I do think they captured the essence really well. We don't get a lot of inside looking out scenarios. It's a lot of, like, them trying to avoid getting put into that scenario. So
I think we get a decent amount of both, to be honest.
I don't know how, if it's just Come and See The Pianist, I don't know how, like, any other movies that really
Life is Beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was one of them. I should go see if what that one. But yeah, I really don't have anything else to say about this.
Another major positive, I want to shout out the cinematography. This is a great example of how you can make heavy use of one-shots without it, like, hampering your ability to tell the story, because they're not, like, autistically trying to, you know, do like 1917 where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna try and have it always be the one shot. No, they still allow, like, cuts to happen where it's necessary for the story itself, and as a result, I think we get a very like visually engaging, immersive, and gripping film.
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't realize this was a one-shot.
Well, no, it just uses a lot.
My main point being I didn't connect that dot. Anyway, looking at the other Holocaust World War II movies, it looks like on Come and See and the Life is Beautiful, It Is Two Wolves, The Pianist were all pretty centralized there. So
where'd our other World War II movie Overlord land?
That's gonna have a different.
You don't
tone
need to
about
pull
it.
that. It's a zombie movie, dude. Don't pull.
Dude,
that
I know, but I'm
for
curious.
Christ.
I want to look at it for my sake. That's funny.
Okay.
Well, folks.
Well, do we have any other thoughts?
I don't think we have any
No.
other thoughts on this one here. I think I'm going to be sticking at my B.
I will also leave it as a B.
I think B is way too low, but that's fine. I'll go A+ still.
Oh, I'm sorry that every fucking movie about World War II needs to be
Probably
an
just
A
because it has
minimum.
fucking subtitles, huh? You fucking retard hack.
I also hate that.
I was also gonna. I forgot to mention that. I don't know if it was just poor translation. I also didn't bother to try and find different subtitles. My subtitles were just kind of silly. They sounded like almost direct translations to where it can make sense if you read it a certain way. But oh yeah, Jackson found that the other subtitles were. I left them. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
I also pretty quickly realized that the normal subtitles were terrible on this film, so I found some better ones.
Me too.
Yeah, Jackson stuck at his A, so it is an A overall. Or wait, maybe it's an
Hell
A minus.
yeah.
I can't totally tell. It's A minus.
Oh, we don't have access to the thing anymore, do we?
What do you mean? Oh, the
rankings thing.
I mean,
anyway, A minus.
He's doing it. It's fine. And as for our next film, though, speaking of A minuses, we're going to be talking about. Oh, I thought Space Chimps was going to be next. God damn it. We're going to be talking about a bad movie next. Ex Machina. So.
bad movie.
That's the movie I picked. Oh my god. Alright, so. Oh, I need to find my notes on Ex Machina real quick here. Alright, so Ex Machina is the story of a programmer. For simplicity's sake, we'll call him Jackson. So Jackson wins the chance to meet his boss, Elon, who created a robot who wants Jackson to pump and dump. Unfortunately, it all goes awry when the robot up and kills them. Tanner, what's your fun fact?
Fun fact, this was Alex Garland's directorial debut, and this won the Best Visuals Oscar in what's considered a massive upset over The Force Awakens.
That was a massive upset.
Well, I mean, this movie had like a $15 million budget, and then, you know, it's fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just Star Wars.
I'd say that's an upset. Okay.
Fun fact that the director of this film, he also wrote 28 Days Later and Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, as well as other films that we've talked about, I think.
He's writing literally everything right now.
He does it all.
Yeah.
Bad fun fact, though. Dylan, where'd you put this one?
Dude, I knew he was gonna ask me first. Unsurprisingly, I gave it the same ranking as Jackson just to clear the air for both of us at A minus.
Oh my god, I also gave it an A minus.
That's so funny. I also gave it an A minus, and you
Is
prefaced
that
this
the
with
first
speaking
time?
of A minus films. Very funny.
Yeah, so I know you guys may be shocked to hear that. Admittedly, I will come clean. I didn't do a whole lot of watching this movie. I did appreciate that the portions of the movie that included the robot were preceded by, like, Eva session blank. And I was like, okay, now I know, like, when certain things are gonna be popping up. I don't know, I kind of just think this movie's a lot like Her, just, you know, instead of it being a computer program AI, it is a physical robot AI. But, acting is solid. I liked the cinematography. I liked the interactions. I thought they were very fun. I like how this movie kept us guessing, and they were like, who do you trust? Like, who can you really trust? Who's telling the truth? Who's not? And that really became prevalent towards the end, where the guy was like, yeah, I told her, like, she needed to do what she could, like, whatever she could, to lie and, like, be able to escape. And, like, you know, it succeeded, but then it went out and succeeded even further than what we even expected. Like, we like, because he's like, oh, she's using you, she's using you to try to escape so she can, like, get out of here. So, like, I remember at one point I was like, oh, they're both gonna escape, it's gonna be the two of them. But no, like, she fucking kills the genius, you know, CEO guy, and then leaves fucking main boy, presumably to fucking slowly starve to death in this multi-billion dollar estate while she goes out and lives. I do think a really cool moment in this movie is where he's like looking at her and he's like, dude, I can't believe how real she is, to the point where he goes back to his room and fucking like cuts himself open, not only to see if he bleeds, but like he starts fiddling. I mean, that part grossed me the fuck out, don't even get me wrong.
Yeah, it was rough to watch.
But he was like checking himself to see if he was real, because I can imagine the thoughts in his mind. He's like, damn, if we're capable of making shit this real, like, am I real? And it was like, I don't know, I feel like the internal narrative of this was really strong, despite me not liking any of the fucking times the robots were on screen. God, Yeah,
I absolutely agree with basically everything you just said there, Dylan. Speaking of the characters, I really dug Elon's character here, because he comes off as just like some fucking dude. So despite him being insanely smart, he's not like some fucking antisocial quant or some like unfeeling, cold, purely logical character like we'll typically see in this sort of role in the film. Which, you know, that just definitely helped, especially since like, he's one of the main people who we're constantly having conversations with. So it definitely just kind of helped to make things much more interesting there. And then the fucking robot, her performance as well was great. She definitely gives off that feeling of like being slightly robotic, where there are like those slight hitches in her speech and stuff. But like every now, just like, you know, she's doing that every now and then, but still like she comes off convincingly just enough for you to feel like, yeah, she's basically human. That stuff was really great. The big twist with the film, where like, you know, initially we have like our character talking to Ava and she's like, yeah, you know, he's evil, don't trust this man. And then like later we go on to find out, oh yeah, so I did kind of lie to you, this wasn't like some competition, I did pick you specifically, but it's because you're smart, dude, you're such a fucking genius, you're great, that's why you're here. And then later it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, you're like a good programmer, but yeah, it was because I was using like all your search results and shit, and it's like, you know, you're a fucking loser. That's why I picked you.
Yeah. The level of half-truths in this movie is fucking insane. Because, like, technically, the main programmer guy wasn't evil, per se. But, like, from Eva's perspective, he was evil. You know, he was cycling through these fucking AI robots and just kind of discarding them and, like, doing whatever. Like, he wasn't maybe maliciously evil, but, like I said, from an outside, or from, you know, an outside looking in, you know, it wasn't really that way. And then... Are
you talking about, like, the genius guy, the fucking Elon Musk dude?
Yeah, that guy. Like, he wasn't inherently evil, but from Eva's perspective, he is evil. So she wasn't wrong, but she was also exaggerating the truth, which kind of plays into my whole... It's hard to know who to believe and who to trust in this movie, which I think helped the plot a ton.
I don't know, he does come off as pretty fucking evil. It's like he's making all these beings who fucking despise him.
I don't know. The level of evil I was expecting him to be wasn't. He actually like fell short of that mark. So like the assumption set in my mind, which isn't the movie's fault. The assumption set in my mind was not met, I suppose.
I'll give some of my thoughts here, I guess. Yeah, I'm on board. Really well made, really good performances. It's very interesting to think about. A couple of my problems that bring it down to an A-, though. Oscar Isaac's character, I find a bit muddled, maybe? Just because, like, the big thing is, like, he's definitely portrayed as, like, not socially awkward, granted, but, like, a super quant who's, like, you know, 5 steps ahead of everyone, who's accounting for every possibility or whatever. But then his plan gets foiled in like a really stupid way, which is just like he gets drunk, like, which I don't know, it didn't gel for me with what we were being shown of his character, really. And then my other problem is I think the ending is way too long. I really wish it just cut to black after like the elevator doors closed on her. I didn't need an extra like 10 minutes of her leaving the facility and walking around and the guy freaking out in the room. It didn't add anything to the movie for me.
I agree with that.
I was expecting it to just like end when she like fucking, as like the elevator doors or whatever were closing. That felt like it would have been a nicer place to tie things off, but I didn't really mind where it capped off either, where it's like, where we see that she is actually like where she said she would want to go, and that kind of leads a bit to believe that, well, she wasn't like, always lying. There was like a bit of truth in what she was saying. Like her conversations weren't purely just, I'm fucking using you to eventually escape. There was like a bit of, I guess, like curiosity and stuff going on there on her end.
What would she have lost by like just letting him leave with her though?
Another person knowing that she's a machine and potentially jeopardizing her new life on the outside, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Jackson has a couple things to add here. So I'm assuming in reference to what I was saying about him being evil, he was just talking about how his evilness is tied to the sentience of the AI, or how much your opinion of the sentience of the AIs are, which, that's kind of what I was getting at. Let's see. Really large ego, didn't expect the beta male to actually make a move. Yeah, that's, actually like seeing her leaving the cage. I'm assuming that's in reference to the actual, like, I'm assuming you're referencing the last 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
So, man is a huge liability. So, yeah, I mean, I do think there was some merit to her, like, going and exploring the house. For the most part, it does just show, like, she hadn't ever left her room. So it is like this childhood curiosity of like looking around and taking it, because she's basically a search engine in the form of a robot AI. So she's like taking all these things in, and it's making us realize, like, it's like exactly like Nico was saying. She was being genuine about wanting to go out and explore the world and learn, but also she just wanted to fucking leave. Like, she didn't want to, yeah, Jackson just said she went and did the thing she said she would do, which adds to the whole, she wasn't lying about the thing she said she wanted, which, adds credence to, like, the whole half-truths thing that we see present throughout the entirety of the movie.
Really, I think, like, what's going on here, Tanner. How much do you see her as like a human versus like an AI? Do you really see her as having like human level consciousness here?
No.
Okay.
But also, like, just temperamentally at a very base level within my very being, I am not someone who is ever going to see robots as like on any way like not equivalent, but I'm blanking on the word, but like I'm never gonna like equate them to humans. I'm never gonna give them the same level of moral import as a human being.
Yeah,
I was very much so approaching this as like, yeah, she's like a fucking person now, and that's kind of what was driving a lot of her actions in this. As like, if you were a person fucking trapped in here, you would be trying to do everything you can to get out of here.
The problem with me is I have a hard time differentiating just at a mental level, so I kind of see the merit in both of your guys' statements. At the end of the day, the AI is just a series of electrical connections, not too dissimilar from the human brain. Now, obviously, the human brain is more developed. I'm not getting into the science of it, but Jackson makes a really good point here. Is like, even at the risk of her, not being able to charge herself, because, obviously she had her charging things at the house, she still went out and, sought her freedom, and, him thinking that was nice. Which I agree. I actually didn't think of that in the moment of the movie. That's a really good point.
I'll also add that end fight, we'll call it, looks pretty bad, especially how slow he moves.
Yeah.
And the knife going into him looks really fake.
I didn't mind it at all, because, like, it's a fucking machine, dude. She's just, like, slowly able to just, like, methodically fucking get that shit in him.
That's problem there is, like, right before that, we see him, just with his human strength, like, completely break her arm straight off. So, like, to me, that means they don't have, like, super crazy robot strength or anything.
I mean, it's still a sharp knife.
Well, I dare you to try and shove a knife, like, into someone that cleanly. Like, let's not be joking here.
I agree with Nico.
It just seems to me like he intentionally built these robots such that they are, like, fairly physically weak.
Maybe. I will agree. I think the speed at which the Asian robot went down was pretty... I mean, I guess it was a blow to the head, but she, like, knocked her jaw off, and then she just fucking died. I don't know. I'm not going to begin to think about it.
And, like, the thing is, like he breaks the main one's Ava's hand off, and then he just, like, stands and stares at her for 5 seconds before getting stabbed. If I'm in that scenario, I'm going ape mode and just swinging like a crazy person. Like,
I'm sorry, he's a little smarter than you, Tanner.
Yeah, he's so much smarter than me. That's why he got killed.
Yeah.
Especially, like, he saw both of them. He saw her talking to him. He can't put together maybe she might be convincing her to help her.
Presumably, he doesn't believe that he could be convinced.
Yeah, that seems... Especially because he was aware that she was reprogramming the power at that point. So, like,
Maybe.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple too many, like, really convenient... Listen, this guy's a fucking genius, but he was a little stupid here and there.
Well, it's because, like Jackson was saying before, it's about his fucking massive ego that he has.
Yeah,
that's got nothing to do with ego, though. That's just like...
I don't know, I could see it, though, because you could be, like, higher than thou art as far as intelligence goes, but then you overlook these tiny little details just because you think of everything. And then it's like, nah, you forgot, like, steps like 2.5, 3.5, like, all this tiny shit. And then that's what ends up killing you. It's the dominoes at the bottom that fuck up your tower kind of shit. But,
I don't know. They didn't play it off very well for me, personally.
I'm in between you guys. I agree. That ending bit wasn't super well done, but I think it was fine.
I guess, Tanner, that's why you gave this one an A-, and I gave it an A-.
Yeah, and I gave it an A- despite that even, so suck it, I guess.
You fucking idiot. Alright, do you have anything else to say about this one?
No, I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Fantastic. If that's it, then it sounded like... I mean, I'm sticking to my A-. Are you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like we don't need Jackson for this one. I predict that this film is at an A- as well.
I'm really glad that we gave this movie an A- for somewhat similar reasons, but at the end, we came to the conclusion that despite our differences in how we viewed this movie, we still got the same ranking.
Yeah.
There's something poetic there. There's no longer 2 wolves, there are now 4 wolves, and the wolves are us.
I think that says a lot about our individual ranking systems here. Speaking of A- films, though, I can't wait for us to hear all about Space Chimps 2, Escape from Tarkov or something. I don't remember what the subtitle for it is.
Brother.
It's pretty funny.
Tanner, tell us all about it.
That's right, guys. Space Chimps 2 is the sequel to Space Chimps where Comet wants to go to space, and he does. Meanwhile, what's actually happening in the film is Zartog breaks out of his cryo sleep or something, and then, fucks around for about 80 minutes. The end.
There's other things that happen in this movie?
Fun fact, Stanley Tucci, who is the voice of the Senator, considers this his worst film. And I looked through his discography. That's saying something.
Oh no. I mean, I'd agree.
It's not good.
I'm thinking I'm going to give this one a cool D-. How about you, Dylan?
Dude, I'm also at a D-.
I gave this shit a fucking F+.
Whoa!
And Jackson gave an F.
Seems valid. Dude, why'd you guys fucking love this movie? Are you retarded?
So true, King.
Man, I just, looking at the films that we have down in the Fs, it just isn't quite on that level is my biggest problem.
There's no
that's the
cohesion
same
to
thing
the
for
story, and the animation CGI is terrible, and also the character interactions are also
It's a D-,
terrible.
don't get me wrong, it's still fucking bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. The only positive I can give is, I find some of Zartog's antics kind of amusing, and I just like hearing Patrick Warburton's voice.
Yeah, I'm a bit
That is the only redeeming quality of this movie. I only like...
It's a dumb, bad, pointless movie. What the comment thing? Why does that even happen?
I'm just convinced that someone on the team had a fucking ship of Kilowatt and Comet. Those two, they'd hit it off. I need them to be in this movie together.
Yeah, honestly, I'll get to I'll just say what Jackson said, and then I'll get to my point. Abysmal dog shit, nothing redeeming, impossibly unfunny, looks fucking terrible, offensively generic plot, monkey definitely fucked that light bulb. I agree with my husband. I do think it was so pointless that they made such a big deal out of Comet taking off in the rocket and just heading to the Malagor, and then, they just turn around and come back. That defeats so many purposes. Why was he able to just launch? Why was he able to just fucking leave the planet? Why was he able to just go through the time wormhole bullshit without fucking any problems? When we saw in the last movie, it made 2.5 of them pass out. Why is there a Wii remote that erases people from existence?
I love that it's just a Wiimote.
It's very confusing, frankly.
Yeah, like the scientists were actually I thought they were like a gem, like a little bit of the last movie that was actually kind of good. And then they were just like, dude, people really like the scientists in the last movie. Let's like do something with them. And then they fucking ruined them. There was too much scientists. It was awful.
My thing is just like the comment thing. Like he goes to Malgore and then he has like 2 5-minute montages of him just fucking around and then he leaves. It's just
yeah, he's not there for long.
He's just running through the greatest hits of the planet. All right, let's see the little gummy things again. Let's check out the creatures here. Which, like, when they're there, they're talking about, like, oh, your thing, it, like, interacts with them in some special way. Isn't that fun? It's like, no, I guess so.
They don't bring that back for this fucker, Zartog? Why didn't they?
Yeah.
You think that would... See, that in a competently done movie, that might be used as foreshadowing.
Yeah. Also, I got this, like, vibe. Because nothing ever stuck around in this movie. It was always, like, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing.
Yeah, like, right at the end where they do, like, we swapped bodies. Okay, never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, and like not only that, but it's
30
like
seconds.
Like I've been watching Tanner's like background, and like there was a scene on the planet where it's like if there are things moving, they just like try to get it out of frame as fast as possible. Like they didn't want to take the time to like animate it being on screen, so like they were trying to animate rushing into it, which looked bad.
I will say, okay, one more positive. I enjoyed all of the run cycles for every character. They were all very funny to me because they don't look very good, but. You know, we find our enjoyment where we can, folks.
I would also like to just point out that despite this being in like 480p on YouTube or something, that doesn't affect the quality of the movie at all. It was still bad regardless of what fucking...
Yeah.
Whatever it plays
Dude,
at.
I rented this shit on Amazon Prime, so I got to see it in its 1080p glory.
Why would you
do that? You paid for this shit?
I just didn't want to bother watching it on YouTube. It's been so long since I've spent money renting a movie, you know?
Oh my god.
I figured why not splurge a little? Space Jam 2 seems like the perfect place to do that.
Do they have a static price, or would you say that the price is reflective of the movie?
I'm pretty sure I've seen ones for cheaper than this. This one was like $3.99.
I was expecting $2.99, so, you know, that's not far off, but Jesus.
Alright, do we have much else to say about this film?
No, it's a bad direct-to-sequel CGI 3D animated video thing.
Why the fuck is there a house within launching distance of a rocket site?
It's tough to say.
Okay.
Who knows, dude? Think of how cheap the mortgage would be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have, like, fucking rocket launch insurance or something like that. Something arbitrarily made up for you.
Alright, I think... I'm perusing my ranks real quick again. I do think that this film is about on the same level as Zoom. So I think I'll stick with my D-.
You can do whatever you want, buddy. You're not convincing me to change. F+, just for context.
You see, the problem is... The stuff I have in F+ is like Teeth, Girl Next Door, Irreversible, like stuff that like viscerally offended me, you know, in a deeper way than this does. So I think I am also going to stick at D-. You know what? D- puts it on the same tier as like Battlefield Earth and Click, which seems about right to me. So D-.
Fantastic. And Jackson's sticking his F. Which leaves an F+ overall. Check that out.
Hell yeah.
Badass.
I'd love to see it.
That is the first F tier in a hot second.
Yeah.
When was the last F tier?
How long ago was Teeth?
Good job giving us a...
Teeth was 231.
Good job giving us an F+ movie that isn't, like, disturbing or something. Just, like, something that's just...
That's so true.
It's just so incompetently made that we can't stand watching it.
Just some good old-fashioned wholesome dog shit.
Yeah.
I guess it hasn't been too long since the last F tier. Teeth was in episode 231.
231, yeah. So 21 episodes ago.
Fair enough. All right, with that, Dylan and Jackson, you guys are going to be picking your cute little films here.
Yeah, so for me, the random number generator, Jesus, actually got one of my more recent additions. So we're further down the list. This one is going to be exciting. I got The Long Walk.
Okay, there we go. That's a movie that I've been wanting to check out, so happy to hear that. For Jackson here, he's got either 2000 or 2010. Now, I believe he has a good film on 2000, so I'm picking 2000.
Tanner, what say you?
I'll leave it up to Dylan. I'm going 2010.
I'm also going to choose 2010. We got fucked the last time I agreed with Nico because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm sorry.
Oh, let's
Holy
go!
Shit, Shutter Island. Oh my god, that's crazy.
You're fucking nuts, Tanner. I love you.
I'm so good at this.
I love Shutter
That's
Island.
it. I'm going to buy more scratch-off tickets.
That is another S tier movie, at least in my opinion. I have good.
We'll have to see. I genuinely don't know anything about this movie. Surprisingly enough.
You were complaining
Fair
about
enough.
it nonstop when we watched it, Dylan. I don't know where you came away with that takeaway. I guess.
I don't remember saying that. I remember this movie being very good. What did I say about it?
You were complaining about it quite a bit.
What an interesting week. And the Patreon pick by Slayed by Jay is Elysium.
Ooh, this is a superpower movie, I believe, if I remember correctly. Something along those lines.
It's the one with robot skeletons and Matt Damon.
Oh, okay.
That sounds about right.
This will probably be bad, I'd assume. And if you too would like to request a film, just like our patron that Slayed by Jay did, then Dylan is going to tell you about how you can do that.
Dude, Jackson seems more qualified to do it at this point, but I guess so. Alright, listen, for just $1 a month, go to guapish.com/Patreon or patreon.com/Guapish, and for $1 a month, you get your options of throwing your movie into a raffle, I think is what we've been calling it. It'll get picked eventually, just like Slayed by Jay's movie. You can request topics, so we can talk about more fun topics, like what fucking mascot can kill you and which ones can't. You get access to our Discord where you can do those things, and in the Discord you also get 500 slime coins for the slime bot. You can get access to the pre-WAP. We had a shorter one today, but we had some good ones in the past. You get access to the episode whenever it becomes available, which is nice. And last and certainly not least, obviously in the Discord you could talk to us, I forgot about that part, but last and certainly not least, you get your name read out at the end of every single episode by one of us, just like I'm about to do now. Thank you very much to Errol Hay, teaming up with the Wayans brothers to create, to Crater Black IQ, what the fuck? Slayed by Jay, Blake Netagant, I Love Lesbians, Top Ramen Man, Giving Scarjo, My Massive D-Rex, Tutbot, Lucas Ledette, Hunter, and Jacob Edwards. Thank you all so much.
That's right, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye!
Later!
Bye!